I'll admit to being a little bit excited about covering an American race. Sure, the name might be ungainly, the fans might be a little confused, and the roads might be somewhat enormous, but at least we still have white dudes in gray hair standing through the sunroof of cars telling everyone what to do. Finally clear to go, and the first attack of the USPC is James Hagens Berman's Tyler Wren. One guy is too few, so 7 others jump across, which is kind of too many, but right as the bunch is about to recapture, Champion Systems' Craig Lewis jumps clear. Jelly Belly's Ian Burnett and Wren's teammate Matt Cook also think it's a good time to go, and that's how the break was made. Fast forward to 12k to go, and Matt Cook has distanced the others to complete his sweep of the day's KOMs. Cycloclasm was actually started in the Roaring Fork Valley, so I know this climb. It's a leg breaker, but I'm no Tour de France winner either, so Chris Froome, WTF. Anyway, Cook was reeled in moments later by a small bunch, including Peter Sagan. Sprinter jumping into moves 8k from the end. Someone's feeling pretty good. Despite missing the eventual late escape of Chris Jones and George Bennett, BMC's leadout gobbled up the advantage just in time for Sagan to easily win a heads-up drag race with Greg Van Avermaet. Stage 2 started over Independence Pass, allegedly the highest point ever in professional cycling, and went straight through into the middle of nowhere. Big break with a few big names and a big gap, with Lachlan Morton, mustache, novelty license plate and all, making the first big move up Hoosier Pass. Matthias Frank and Lawson Craddock jumped clear and joined up on the descent. The trio worked together up the Cat 3 Boreas Pass until Frank decided to make his case for best rider not selected for the Tour and went clear over the top. But a determined chase by Saxo Bank and later Peter Sagan, shown here gapping Tom Danielson, made it a margin of seconds. Sagan and BMC's TJ Van Garderen further distanced Danielson on the descent and caught Craddock, but Frank and Morton had too much room on the open fast roads and stayed clear for the stage win and overall lead respectively. Stage 3, well, Jens is in the break, which generally means that, yep, there he goes. More signs you're not in Europe. Wide open street luge descents, where, as Cannondale's Ted King shows, there are literally not enough gears to power onto the front. Vogt did his best to chase down the motorcycles, but they sped up, pulled over, and slowed down enough that the field brought him back at 3k to go. Despite all the pavement in the world, the bunch still managed 2 crashes, but it wasn't enough to prevent a near repeat of Stage 1, with Van Avermaet getting run down again by Sagan, though this time Argos Shimano's Luka Mesic found the right wheel and finished second. Stage 4, kind of a cool finish, Cat 1 climb descent and then a Cat 3, with Garmin looking like they were all out working for Morton, as he sat at the back of their train all day. BMC, James Hagens Berman, and Team Columbia, no, the one without the U, all got in on the chase, but by the foot of the penultimate climb it was Garmin laying their cards on the table and burning off Morton to thin the group. But an attack by Javier Acevedo and the brief recapture of early escapee Lorie Barbassi put Danielson into a sea of red. The Garmin rider countered by going to the front, which left BMC's Matthias Frank in the longest pain dangle ever. Danielson finally crested the top with just Acevedo and Van Garderen remaining. But Danielson seemed to lose his nerve on a rain-slicked descent almost immediately, briefly tying up TVG before the Montana N shot around him and collaborated with Acevedo on a stripe-to-stripe descent. The duo arrived at the bottom of the final climb, engaged in discussion, and endured a freak rainstorm before Acevedo finally rolled in for the stage win ahead of new race leader Van Garderen. TJ's BMC teammate Matthias Frank furthered Danielson's bad day, besting the Garmin rider for third. Stage 5. What am I going to say about an uphill TT other than the fact that Andrew Talansky always seems to be on the verge of death after finishing these things? Oh, right, and boobs. Seriously though, eventual stage winner Van Garderen had a very unique posture over the closing kilometers. Body pulled low but hands out on the horns instead of together in the aero bars. Better oxygen exchange? More efficient muscle recruitment? I'm going to leave that one to the sports scientists. Stage 6. Kind of a letdown to see the race finish with 2 non-decisive stages with the top 2 riders in the same squad leading GC, and with the KOM and points competitions wrapped up as well. But cool scenery at least. Anyway, breakaway, caught, lead out from Argos Shimano, and then Rory Sutherland hits out with a great solo move, just getting eaten up by the same finishing arrangement of Van Avermaet leading out Sagan, Hutto's Mesic trio is on Stage 3. But check out all 138 pounds of Colombia's Edwin Avila crushing US champ and alleged sprinter Freddy Rodriguez for 4th. Stage 7, just a little circuit around Denver, nothing too tough, except of course for Chris Froome, who abandoned 2 laps in, earning that appearance fee. But we actually did get to see a different sprint this time around. Coming into the final corner, Cannondale had control of the front, but Optum Kelly Benefits Ryan Anderson gets the jump on Sagan, leaping clear early. Still, the Cannondale rider plays it cool and leaps to Anderson's wheel with plenty of time to accelerate around the Canadian in the end. If United Healthcare's Alessandro Bazzana had put up a little more fight, keeping Sagan in the breeze, we might just have seen a different outcome. I'm Cosmo Catalano, and that's how the race was won.